Hi everyone, this is Margaret Manning with Boomerly. I am very blessed to have a granddaughter. She lives away from me. We're not in the same city, but we talk to each other all the time on Skype, and we keep close. But when I do go to visit her, I always have to kind of brace myself for the experience of being with a 6-7-year-old child. And it always starts off with some crazy questions that I have absolutely no idea how to answer. But she just keeps being persistent and pushing me. And by the time I leave, I'm sort of full of memories of crazy times, fun adventures, and lots of ice cream. But it's really wonderful to get into the head of a 6-year-old and ask yourself the same questions, to see the world through their lens. It can be so surprising and so fun. And she teaches me things all the time, and I try to pay attention to her lessons. One thing in particular that she's taught me is to have a go. I remember her saying to me once something like, Baba, I've got the training wheels on my bike still, but I've decided I'm going to take them off and I'm just going to have a go. And I remembered those little words because it's just so tough when you're scared to do something, to just have a go. And I've used that actually in lots of conversations, and it's worked for me. But anyway, the question is, why can we not be like a 5-year-old more often, 5 or 6-year-old? I just think it's a world that we could explore and enjoy. The first thing that they do really, really well is that they're curious. They're curious about everything. It's constantly why, what, where, how, and they just want to know, just everything about everything. And they're just eager to understand and to learn. And I think that curiosity is a really good characteristic. Another thing is, I know we tell children not to talk to strangers, and that's good advice. They need to understand the dangers of, just talking to people they don't know. But there is this quality in children where they're so eager to tell the world their story. She just goes up to people and, starts telling her story. And she's just very, very, just innocently beautiful in wanting to share and wanting, the humanity to connect. And they just seem to have a sense of that. And if you ever watch children in a playground, they just immediately start to talk to each other and, do things together and help each other. You often watch that happen. And I think it's really, really powerful. Also, I think children really are at peace with their bodies. I don't think they're quite as critical of themselves as we are, and they just accept who they are and what they look like. It isn't a criteria for whether they like you or not, which is a good thing. They really don't care if your hair looks good or if your makeup's on. They just love you, and I think that love of just who you are in your body is great. I remember watching a video about this where they asked a group of young children what they would change about their bodies. And this one little girl said that she actually really loved her body just the way it was, and all she really wanted was a mermaid's tail. And it was just so wonderful to just hear someone prioritize a mermaid's tail over anything else. So I think body consciousness and acceptance is another great thing that children can teach us. And finally, I think they see the whole world ahead of them. Everything is just like, there's an immediacy, but there's also just this complete hope and, forward-thinking attitude that they have. They're prepared to, they know that they have to keep learning. They have to keep practicing on their bike. They have to keep on their skateboard. And there's that sense of, there's time. There's time to do everything and to be positive about waiting. And of course, this is something that parents could learn from their kids and grandparents. It's very, very important. So how you spend your time with your grandchildren is really your choice, but I think it's an opportunity to be a kid again and to learn all those things that I just talked about that make you feel free of some of the boundaries and the stereotypes that you even give yourself. So what have your grandkids or your children taught you? If you can remember back to a memory of a situation where you learned something. I'd love to know what you think about this question. If you go to the article on the website, the link is below, and just leave your comments and your feedback, and just talk about what you've learned from a 5 or 6-year-old child. It'd be really great to share our comments. Thanks everyone. Hope you're having a really great day. Thanks for being here.